Hello my dear students. Today we are discussing about the topic nomenclature of organic compounds. We know several of the organic compounds are known by their common names. How these common names assigned to them? It had been assigned to them on the basis of their sources, properties or structural characteristics. For example, acetic acid, citric acid, glucose, formaldehyde, formic acid, etc. These are still commonly used. We know carbon form so many millions of compounds. So, there should be a well-defined system of organization for the naming and grouping of organic compounds according to their characteristics. This system is called the IUPAC or International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists system. IUPAC names are made of three main parts. Firstly, specifying the information about the substituents. Secondly, specifying the information about the parent chain or ring. And then, the ending which specifies what functional group is present in the structure being named. That is, simply it means that the IUPAC name contains three parts: substituent part, parent chain part and suffix. The parent chain indicate how many carbon are in the longest chain. The substituents indicate what is attached to the parent chain and where. The suffix part indicate what is the highest priority functional group present. Here the prefix indicate the number of carbon atoms in a molecule. Here the table represent carbon group prefixes. If the number of carbon atom is 1, then the prefix is meth. For example, the compound methane. If the number of carbon atom is 2, then the prefix is eth. For example, ethane. If the number of carbon atom is 3, then the prefix is prop. For example, propane. If the number of carbon atom is 4, then the prefix is but. For example, butane. If the number of carbon atom is 5, then the prefix is pent. For example, pentane. Then if the number of carbon atom is 6, then the prefix or word root is hex. For example, hexane. Then if the number of carbon atom is 7, then the prefix is hept. For example, heptane. If the number of carbon atom is 8, then the prefix is oct. For example, octane. Then if the number of carbon atom is 9, then the word root is none. For example, nonane. Then if the number of carbon atom is 10, then the word root is dec. For example, decane. Similarly, the groups derived from alkanes by the removal of one hydrogen atom called alkyl groups and are named. For example, CH3 group as methyl, C2H5 group as ethyl, C3H7 group as propyl, C4H9 group as butyl, and so on. We know about structural isomerism. It adds complexity to such naming. For example, there are two isomeric propyl groups, N-propyl and isopropyl. Similarly, there are four isomeric butyl groups. For example, N-butyl, secondary butyl, isobutyl, tertiary butyl. In organic compounds, there are different types of carbon atoms and they are classified as primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. In the primary carbon atom are attached to one other carbon atom. In the secondary carbon atom, the carbon atom are attached to two other carbon atoms. In the tertiary carbon atoms, the carbon atom are attached to three other carbon atoms. In the quaternary carbon atom, the carbon atom are attached to four other carbon atoms. In the methane molecule, the carbon atom are not attached to any other carbon atom. Similarly, hydrogen atoms are also classified as primary, secondary, tertiary hydrogen atoms. If the hydrogen atom attached to primary carbon atom, then it is called primary hydrogens. If the hydrogen atom attached to secondary carbon atom, then it is called a secondary hydrogens. And if the hydrogen atom attached to a tertiary carbon atom, then it is called tertiary hydrogens. In this picture, we have seen that there are four color carbon and hydrogen atoms. Here the red colored carbon atoms are called primary carbon atoms. The red colored hydrogen atoms are called primary hydrogen atoms. The green colored carbon atom are called secondary carbon atoms. The green colored hydrogen atoms are also called the secondary hydrogen atoms. The blue colored carbon atom are called tertiary carbon atom, and the blue colored hydrogen atom are known as tertiary hydrogen atom. Similarly, the prefix normal or N indicates the presence of a straight chain carbon without branching. The prefix iso is used when there is a CH3 twice CH portion in the carbon chain, and the prefix neo is used when the CH3 thrice C portion is there. Now we can discuss the IUPAC nomenclature of different functional group. Firstly, the IUPAC nomenclature of alkane. For naming alkane, there are two rules. Rule 1, identify the longest chain of carbon atoms. That is, select the longest continuous carbon chain. This is the parent structure. And then consider the compound to have been derived from this structure by the replacement of hydrogen by various alkyl groups. The rule 2 is for the names and positions of the substituents. If there are substituents on the parent chain, their names and positions on the chain must be included at the front of the name. The parent carbon chain is numbered, and in numbering, start at whichever end results in the use of lowest numbers. The position of a substituent or branch is identified by the number of carbon atom it is bonded to the chain. If the same alkyl group occurs more than once as a side chain, use the prefix di, tri, tetra, etc. to show their number. Multiple substituents are named individually and placed in alphabetical order at the front of the name. That is, the alkanes are named as substituents prefix plus ane. Now we can explain using several examples. Firstly, we can consider the example 2-methyl butane. Here the longest continuous carbon chain contains 4 carbon atom. That is, the number of carbon atom is 4, so the prefix is but. Then the substituent is methyl group. If the parent carbon is numbered from left side, the methyl group attached carbon gets the number 3. If it is numbered from right side, the methyl group attached carbon gets the number 2. So, we prefer the right side numbering so that the substituent attached carbon atom gets the lowest number. So, the compound name is 2-methyl butane. In the another example, 3-ethyl 2-methyl hexane. The longest continuous carbon chain contains 6 carbon atoms, so the prefix is hex. Then here there are 2 substituents, methyl group and ethyl group. If the parent carbon chain is numbered from left side, the substituents gets the number 2 and 3. While if the parent carbon chain is numbered from right side, the substituent gets the number 4 and 5. Here we prefer left side numbering because we know as per the rule, the parent carbon chain numbering start at whichever end results in the use of lowest numbers. So we get the name 3-ethyl 2-methyl hexane. In the another example, 2,2-dimethyl propane, the longest carbon chain contains 3 carbon atoms, so we use the prefix prop. Here there are 2 substituents, 2 methyl groups. We know if the same alkyl group occurs more than once as a side chain, use the prefix di, tri, tetra, etc. Here there are 2 methyl groups, so we use dimethyl as a prefix. So we get the name 2,2-dimethyl propane. Next we can discuss the nomenclature of alkane. Here there are 2 rules. First rule, identify the longest chain of carbon atom which contains the double bond and its position. And When numbering the main chain, the double bond gets the lowest possible number. The rule 2 is for the names and positions of the substituents. We know these rules are similar to that of alkane. But here the difference is that the suffix ane for alkane is replaced by ene. Then what are the rules for naming substituents? These are: if there are substituents on the parent chain, their names and positions on the chain must be included at the front of the name. The position of a substituent or branch is identified by the number of the carbon atom it is bonded to in the chain. If the same alkyl group occurs more than once as a said chain, use the prefix di, tri, tetra, etc. to show their number. Multiple substituents are named individually and placed in alphabetical order at the front of the name. So, the alkenes are named as substituents, prefix ene. Now we can consider different examples for naming alkenes. In the first example, hex 1-ene, the longest carbon chain contains 6 carbon atoms. So, the prefix is hex. We now number the carbon atoms in the chain to give lower numbers to the carbon atom which are doubly bonded. And the number of double bond is 1. So it is named as hex 1-ene or 1-hexene. Simply hexene. In the another example, for methyl hex 1-ene, the longest continuous carbon chain contains 6 carbon atoms, so the prefix is hex. Then the number the carbon atom in the chain to give lower numbers to the carbon atom which are doubly bonded, so that the double bond gets the number 1 and the substituent gets the number 4. So we get the name for methyl hex 1-ene. In the another example, for ethyl 2-methyl hex 1-ene, there are 2 substituents, a methyl group at the position 2 and ethyl group at the position 4 and a double bond at the position 1. Here the longest continuous chain contains 6 carbon atoms, so the prefix is hex and we get the name for ethyl 2-methyl hex 1-ene. Next we can discuss about the nomenclature of alkane. Here there are 2 rules similar to that of alkane and alkene. Rule 1, identify the longest chain of carbon which contains the triple bond and its position, and when numbering the main chain, the triple bond gets the lowest possible number. The rule 2 is for names and positions of the substituents. For naming the substituents on the alkyne, the rules are: if there are substituents on the parent chain, their names and position on the chain must be included at the front of the name. The position of a substituent or branch is identified by the number of the carbon atom it is bonded to the chain. If the same alkyl group occurs more than once as a said chain, use the prefix di, tri, tetra, etc. to show their number. Multiple substituents are named individually and placed in alphabetical order at the front of the name. So, the name of the alkyne is the substituent prefix YNE. Now, we can consider the examples for alkyne. Firstly, select the longest continuous carbon chain containing the triple bond. Here it is the longest chain carbon contains 8 carbon atoms, so the prefix is oct. Then the parent carbon chain is numbered so that the triple bond gets the lowest number. So the numbering from right side is correct. So we get the name 7-methyl-1-octane. In the another example, here the longest continuous carbon chain contains 7 carbon atoms, so the prefix is hept. Then here there are 2 functional groups, bromine atom and a triple bond. But the next rule is the triple bond gets the lowest number. So the numbering starts from right side is correct. So we get the name 7-bromo-hept-2-ine. Next, we can discuss the nomenclature of arenes. Here there are two rules. The rule 1 identify the arene ring. The rule 2 is for the name and position of the substituents. If there are two or more substituents on a benzene molecule, the relative positions must be numbered. The substituent that is first alphabetically is assigned position 1 and the ring is numbered in a circle to give the other substituent the lowest possible number. That is, the arenes are named as substituents benzene. Now consider examples for arenes. Firstly, we can consider the example 1,2-dibromobenzene. Here there are two bromine atoms as substituents on a benzene molecule. Firstly, the ring is numbered in a circle to give the other substituents gets the lowest possible number. Here there are two ways of numbering, one in the clockwise direction and other in the anti-clockwise direction. If it is numbered in the clockwise direction, the bromine atom gets the number 1 and 2. If it is numbered in the anti-clockwise direction, the bromine atom gets the number 1 and 6. So, we select the first way, that is the clockwise numbering, that is the substituents gets the lowest possible number, that is 1,2-dibromobenzene is the name. In the another example, here there are two methyl groups as substituents on the benzene ring. Their positions are in first one 1 and 2, that is orthosilane. If it is in 1 and 3, it is called metasilane. If it is in 1 and 4, it is called parasilane. The IUPAC name of orthosilane is 1,2-dimethylbenzene. Similarly, the IUPAC name of metasilane is 1,3-dimethylbenzene and parasilane is called 1,4-dimethylbenzene. In the another example, there are two substituents, nitro group and bromine atom on a benzene molecule. Here, there are two different substituents attached to the parent ring. Name them in the order of alphabetical order. So, the bromine atom gets the lowest number and the nitro group gets the second number. So, the compound is 1-bromo-2-nitrobenzene. Today we are discussed about the nomenclature of alkane, alkene, alkyne and arenes. In the next video, we can discuss about the nomenclature of alcohols, carboxylic acid, ester, amide, amines, etc. Thank you.